Let's talk about a feeling that's become super common lately. It's that gut punch you get when you realize that buying a new car, something that was supposed to be a totally normal life milestone, now feels, well, almost impossible. In this explainer, we're going to run the numbers that the dealerships are really hoping you never actually sit down and do. You've been here, right? You're sitting in the driver's seat, looking at a totally normal, sensible car. We're not talking about a fancy sports car here. And you look at the price on the sticker, and it just feels off. The monthly payment they're quoting sounds like a mortgage, and you start looking around thinking, who on earth is actually buying these things? It's that classic moment of sticker shock. Okay, so let's dive right into the heart of that shock, because this isn't just in your head. The numbers are genuinely, jaw-droppingly wild. First, we've got to establish what average even means in the car market today.
There it is, $48,000. And I want to be super clear here, this is not for some high-end luxury vehicle. This is the average price. That standard pickup truck, that mid-size SUV that so many families need, yeah, it falls right here.
Now, let's bring in the other side of this equation. The median household income in the US is about $75,000 a year. That means half of all households make more than this and half make less. It's the exact middle. So keep both of those numbers in your head. $48,000 for the car, $75,000 for the income. And this is where the problem just becomes so obvious it practically slaps you in the face. When you put them side by side, the math just looks completely insane, right? We're talking about spending almost 2/3 of your entire family's gross annual income on a single thing that starts losing value the second you drive it. So how do we figure out what's actually affordable? Well, there's a really simple, incredibly powerful financial rule of thumb that just cuts through all the noise. Forget the car commercials, forget what the finance manager tells you. It's called the 20% guideline, and it's the tool we're going to use to find the truth. And here's the key. You got to remember this. It's not just the car payment. It's all of your car costs. The payment, sure, but also your insurance, what you spend on gas, and a little set aside for maintenance. All of that, added together, should not be more than 1/5 of your pre-tax income. This isn't about what a bank will lend you. They'll often lend you way more. This is about what you can afford without absolutely wrecking your financial life. All right, so now it's time for the main event. Let's apply this guideline to our average car and our median income. And this is where the math gets, well, honestly, it gets a little cruel. Okay, look at how this all breaks down. The car payment alone on a pretty typical 6-year loan is almost $800. But that is just the beginning. You have to add in insurance, you have to add in gas, and you've got a budget for maintenance. And suddenly you're not looking at $800, you're looking at over $1,200 every single month. And here it is, the knockout punch. Remember our median households earning $75,000 a year? Well, their 20% budget is $1,250 a month. That $1,214 car cost eats up basically the entire thing. And get this, that's assuming you have zero other debt. No student loans, no credit card payments, nothing. Which for most people is just not reality. So what does this all mean for the country as a whole? It means that if you use this sound financial rule, something like 65%, almost 2/3 of all American households simply cannot afford the average new car. This isn't a niche problem. It's affecting the vast majority of us.
Now, numbers on a screen are one thing, but let's make this personal. Let's look at what this kind of financial pressure actually feels like for a real family, a family that's actually earning more than the median income. So, meet the Martinez family. They make $95,000 a year, which is great, but after taxes, their take-home pay is about $5,800 a month. This chart shows the brutal reality. Once you account for housing, their transportation costs, and all the other essentials like groceries, they're already operating at a loss. They are over $800 in the hole before they've bought a single piece of clothing, paid for a doctor's visit, or signed a kid up for soccer. And this is the result. This isn't about being bad with money. It's about a constant, suffocating stress. It's that feeling of checking your bank account before you buy groceries. It's the deep down anxiety of knowing that just one unexpected car repair, just one trip to the emergency room, could push your whole life over the edge.
So you have to be asking, right? If the math is so completely broken for most people, why are so many of these cars still being sold? The hard truth is the system isn't designed to protect you, the buyer. The incentives are all pointed in the wrong direction. I mean, just follow the money. The salesperson, they get a commission based on the price of the car, so they want it as high as possible. The finance manager, they get a cut for selling you the loan, and often the longer the loan, the better for them. And the bank, well, they're just happy to collect 6 or 7 years of interest from you. Nobody in that room makes a single penny when you say, you know what, this is too expensive, and walk out the door.
Now, I know this all sounds pretty bleak, but here's the good news. This is where you get to reclaim all of your power. You can simply decide that you're not going to play a rigged game. This isn't about sacrifice. It's about choosing to win, but on your own terms.
And here's exactly how you do it. You keep your current car running for another year or two. You buy a slightly boring but super reliable used car with cash. You make your decision based on the cold, hard math we just ran, not on that emotional pull of a shiny new object. You have to redefine success. It's not the new car in the driveway, it's the financial freedom in your bank account.
The contrast here could not be more clear. The so-called new car dream is, for most people, a reality of debt, stress, and inflexibility. Real financial freedom, on the other hand, that's having margin in your budget. It's having savings, it's having choices, it's having peace of mind. So the next time you find yourself staring at that window sticker, just remember what it's really asking you to pay. It's not just your money, it's your peace of mind, it's your financial freedom. Which really leaves just one final question. When you really, truly run the numbers, isn't that new car smell just the most expensive air freshener you'll ever buy?